My current stance on the death penalty in the United States is that I believe it is correct and it is a legal form of punishment. I think that individuals who commit immoral acts that are just completely inhumane deserve to be executed for these terrible actions.
I think capital punishment currently is where it's supposed to be in the United States. I think that some people definitely deserve the death penalty, and I don't think it should be removed at all. And I think in some cases it is necessary.
I think the death penalty in the United States is fine as it is right now.
I'm actually not in favor of capital punishment. I don't feel that the government has the right to end human life in any instance unless it's specifically trying to defend itself in terms of like war and things like that.
Personally, I do think there should be a death penalty just because if a person kills a person in cold blood, they should atone for the pain and suffering caused not only on the victim but on the victim's family and friends. So
I don't really watch the news, so I don't really have an opinion.
In the Circuit Court for the Ninth Judicial Circuit in and for Orange County, Florida. State of Florida versus Casey Marie Anthony. As to case number 2008 CF 15606-0. As to the charge of first-degree murder, verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty, so say we all, dated at Orlando, Orange County, Florida, on this 5th day of July, 2011, signed foreperson.
Casey Anthony trial, definitely one of the most important trials, I believe, in the past couple of years. I, for one, believe that she was guilty. However, it couldn't be because of the media influence. The media definitely had a bias in that case. There was a lot that was leaning towards her guilt. However, I, just having looked at the case, from other areas, I feel she was guilty. However, I feel there was a little bit of a lack of evidence, which is what failed to get her convicted of murder. However, I think the media downplayed that significantly in order to get the public to believe what they wanted.
well, I think the media is kind of the one part of the legal system that is allowed to run wild. In the case of Penn State, in the case of Casey Anthony, people's minds were made up about the crimes before the testimony even began.
I think it should be the individual's opinion that shapes what they feel about certain things. However, I think the media has become too strong in this country and too strong in the past several years.
Well, in regards to the Troy Davis case, I believe that was a case in the 80s where an African-American convicted felon, maybe he was wrongly convicted, maybe he wasn't, I don't know. I'm so far removed from the facts of the case that I'm not going to issue a judgment. But that's a case where someone who might not have the same resources of a richer person or a person of a different race was subject to, the bottom of the legal system. That being, attorneys that were supplied by the state or the district or whoever held.
From what I've heard, he was convicted of killing a police officer, a white police officer. He's obviously black, and I guess there's like no DNA evidence, and all these witnesses have said that if they had known what they know now, they wouldn't have testified the same and testified that he had done it.
The Penn State scandal. I'm actually from Pennsylvania, so it's kind of a issue that I've been talked a lot with my friends and family and stuff because it's kind of our home school.
I don't think he should get the death penalty for his molestation cases. I definitely think it's kind of been blown out of proportion with the media, but he deserves everything that he's going to get, and obviously he shouldn't be killed for it, but he should definitely receive a large sentence.
Sandusky, if he's found guilty, I think that the death penalty even might be appropriate, even though that might be a lot of people would see that as too harsh a penalty, but I personally don't, because he's ruined. At this point, it's up to I think 15 little kids' lives that are now adults, and he's basically put shame to the university.